Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Jojo Palacio, and on this channel we talk about all things beauty. I am so excited for today because we are 3 weeks into our 8-week giveaway marathon, and this week I'm just so ecstatic because we are giving away one of what I consider the best prizes. And I know that I say that each week, but literally when I was going through and picking out things for my haul, I got double or triple of items that I was obsessed with because I wanted to give them away to you guys. And each week they're just gonna keep getting better and better. I am anticipating doing a few big giveaways closer to Valentine's Day just because I feel like all of us need a little something for Valentine's Day, you know? The giveaway instructions or rules are listed below in the description box. Make sure to follow each and every single one of those rules, as well as look me up on Instagram. It's Jojo_Palacio, where I give you guys a sneak peek to each prize before the giveaway actually opens. So you have time to prep, set your calendars, set a countdown, whatever you need to do. Talking about sneak peeks, would you guys like to see what I'm giving away this week? So this week I am giving away 2 more items, one of which is the Perfect Angle Morphe 4-piece face brush, and it comes with a case. So I am going to open up the case and show you guys. I knew that was gonna happen. So the case is very, very cool. I just used mine this past weekend to do a bunch of makeup, and it held the brushes in place. It stood up perfectly. And then obviously you get your 4-piece brush set. They work beautifully. One of which is this guy right here, which has easily become my favorite highlighter brush of all time. So that is item number 1 in this week's giveaway. It has a duo fiber detailed highlighter brush. You also get an angled contour buffing brush, an angled contour sculpting brush, and a portfolio case. I think I missed one. Duo fiber detailed highlighter brush. Did I say that? And a rounded highlighter brush. That's what I missed, the rounded highlighter brush. The next item in this week's giveaway is this guy right here. So this is Morphe X Manny MUA's Glam palette. This is a 14 shade ultimate glam palette that's got 12 eyeshadow shades and 2 dreamy highlighting shades. I'm just going to open this guy up and show you. I won't swatch anything. We're gonna be very careful. Make sure that lid stays on there. So this is the palette that I'm giving away along with that brush set. Look at how gorgeous that is. So pretty. So again, if you're interested in winning these 2 giveaway items, you want to make sure you follow the instructions down below. That way you're aware of what you are supposed to do to win these amazing items. They are so good and I'm so excited. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about why you're really here, which is this makeup look right here. Today we are doing an affordable glam moment. I love this eye look just because I use a lot of the stuff that I bought in my haul video. I will link that above. That way you guys get a chance to not only see all that I purchased, but all of the potential giveaway items. I use the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette to create this look, and I'm pretty obsessed, as well as using a lot of my BoxyCharm things that I've gotten throughout the months. I like including BoxyCharm items into my affordable makeup hauls or affordable makeup looks because I feel like they are high-end items that you buy at an affordable drugstore price through BoxyCharm. So if you've been contemplating signing up for BoxyCharm, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? To me, it's absolutely worth it. Today's makeup, or today's lipstick that we use, which is a MAC lipstick, runs anywhere between $20 to $25. You can purchase for $6 to $7 through BoxyCharm. So longest intro ever, but I'm excited about this giveaway and I'm excited for you guys to join. So congratulations to those of you who have made it through the 3rd week of my 8-week giveaway marathon. Thank you so much for your support during this marathon, and I am so excited that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Without further delay, if you want to find out how to create this makeup look, then just keep on watching. All right, so let's get started on the eyes. So today we're gonna start off with the base like every other day. Today we're using the P. Louise eye base. I use it in the shade Rumor. I'm gonna put it on the back of this brush and we are gonna work it into the skin. I use my fingers, I use a brush, I go back and forth all the time. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just help to blend it out on the lid. Okay, awesome. So once you're here, you are going to grab a powder. Any setting powder will do. There's not a specific powder that you need. I'm just taking my translucent powder, grabbing it with a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and we are just gonna work that onto the eye base. I like to work with powder over powder. It's just easier of a blend for me. Today I'm excited because we're using the BH Cosmetics Naughty 30 Color Shadow Palette. I am so excited to use this palette with you guys. I know that I got it during my affordable makeup haul, and I have so many looks planned for this one specific palette, which is perfect. So there is so much that we could do with this palette. If you guys can see, it's got plenty of shades in there that I'm planning on using for Valentine's Day, so be on the lookout for that. This shadow was on sale, the palette, 30 shades. You've got shimmers, you've got glitter, you've got mattes, and it was so worth it. Like, I can tell you right now, everything that I used on the eye today blended out like a dream. I didn't have to struggle with it. I didn't have to like overwork it. So that just to me lets me know that it's a really good quality palette. There was one shade that had fallout, but we'll get to that later. So we're gonna start off by picking up this BH Cosmetics eyeshadow brush. I actually got this in the haul as well. It's part of a little collection. So I got a ton of brushes with it. This is a number 9. I believe it's like the Neon Carnival or the Carnival something or other. But we're gonna pick up the shade Yuletide, which is a nice warm orange, like a brick orange shade, and we're gonna start off there. So what I did is I'm going to work that into the crease by stamping it first. I like to work with the darker color and then blend in the crease shade from there just to kind of help me out with my blending. I feel like this layers better than starting out with the crease shade. So we're gonna put this right where I want it. We're gonna keep this pretty low and almost on the lid, not too far up on the crease because we have a blending shade that's gonna go into the crease. So we're gonna stamp it out like that, and then we're gonna move on to the crease shade. I wish I could pick this up and show you guys, but we're gonna go into like a mustardy type of brown, mustardy yellow, and we're gonna pick up a fluffier brush. And I always like to show you guys the brushes so you can see the difference. So this is the first one that I used here to build up that pigment, and then this one is gonna be the one that I use to blend that out. It's fluffier, it's longer, it's a little bigger as far as the width goes. But we're gonna use that to blend this out, and we're gonna take it right along the edges of that brick orange, and we're just gonna start to work that out. So here's my rule. Once we start blending and building out, you see how much of a blend we have going on. I like to go back into that first shadow with the first brush. I'm not gonna add shadow right away. I'm just gonna use whatever was left over on this brush to really help me bring some of that color back. And then now I can start to blend that brick orange up a little higher as I see it diffusing and blending into the mustardy yellow. Guys, all of this is very light pressure. If you see that your brush is starting to bend on your skin, that's way too much pressure. You wanna see it very lightly and very gently wiggle back and forth, or do windshield wiper motions or circular motions, but you don't ever wanna see the hairs pushed up against your skin. That's way too much pressure. Once we've got this blended in pretty well, I still see a little bit that I need to kind of work through. What I like to do with that, instead of packing on more color, is take a nice fluffy blending brush like this one. And there's 2 shades that are almost skin-like. If you don't have any additional shades that are very close, like a bone ivory shade, you can go back into your setting powder that you used at the beginning. And you're just gonna pick up a very light amount on this brush, and we're just gonna put that through right here, just to finish blending these colors through so that we don't feel like things are still muddy. And there was a lot of patchiness going on here that I feel like that cleaned up. All right, so we are doing a very smoky blended type of look with this eye look. I didn't cut the crease just because I didn't want such specific lines. So I'm gonna go into my outer corner shade, which is this nice almost like charcoal brown type of color. I don't want anything too warm because I want to kind of offset it a little bit, even though they are all technically warm tones. This one does have a little bit of a coolness to it. So I'm going to take that on a much smaller blending brush, and we are going to pat that into the outer V here and work that into that first brick orange shade. I like to get rid of a lot of the color by stamping it onto this outer corner. Once all that is gone, then I can start to just do small, tight, circular motions starting from the outer corner and working my way in. All right, guys, so once you have blended that out, we can go into the lid shade. There was this beautiful shade called Jingle Bells, and I'm gonna swatch it on my finger just so you guys can see it. Do you guys see that? It is so pretty, and I want that all over my lid. However, there is no true color behind this. It is all just glitter. So what I did before I went in with that shade is use something a little more, it's like a shimmer instead of a glitter, which is this guy, which is so pretty. Wait till you guys see this on. I used another one of these brushes. It's more of like a flat brush, and I picked this up dry, guys. This is not wet. I picked this up on a nice flat brush, and we are going to just swipe it into the inner corner. There is so much pigment on this eyeshadow. It's crazy. Look at that. You could very well leave it like this and I would not be mad. I just wanted something a little more gold, a little warmer instead of so icy, but we're definitely using that on the brow bone and the inner corner. So going back to Jingle Bells, I'm gonna pick up a different stiff brush. We're going to spritz this brush just so it kind of sticks a little better. And then we are going to tap Jingle Bells all over. So those two colors, obviously because they're shadow, glittery shadows, had a little bit of fallout, but other than that, there was no other fallout from any of the other colors. I'm just going to take the first brush and the first color around the edges just to kind of soften them up a little bit. Again, we want a nice blend. We don't want anything to be super defined as far as the lines go. And here we are. So we are to the point where we can do our liner. I'm just gonna take this brown real quick and just brush that up against these ends. I do want this shimmer to be at least towards the center of the eye and then the brown to come in. That's gonna open up the eye a little more versus closing it off. All right, so let's get some eyeliner on. Today for eyeliner, we are using the Benefit Roller Liner Eyeliner. I really like these out of all the liners that we have in the store because this guy has a very nice long felt tip, which makes making the wing to your liquid liner so easy. It is just literally like you place that down and then follow that through as you go into your eyelid, and that's all you have to do. It's so easy. All right, so we're done with eyes. Look how beautiful they are. Oh, stunning. Obsessed. Love it. Have a hard time with people ignoring you when you've got this on your eyes, right? Like, it's gorgeous. All right, so for complexion today, guys, we are using a combination of both high-end and affordable products. I love to do my looks like this just because incorporating some really good high-end items into a routine doesn't really hurt. I just want to let you guys know that a lot of the high-end items that I use, I've gotten through my BoxyCharm. So that's one way of getting these items for an affordable price. So for a combination of primers today, I have combination skin if you guys didn't know, and I feel like what works best to prep combination skin is a combination of primers to address the different concerns that I have. So for my midsection, I'm using the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. I believe they just redid these, remarketed or reformulated, I'm not sure, but this is one of my favorite mattifying primers at Sephora. And then for the glowiness around the face, I'm using this guy, which is actually new. This is the Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. I've never tried it. This is gonna be a first impression for me, but I see it and I want it. Like, it's so pretty looking, and hopefully it does what it says. It's a lightweight type of glowy situation. So let's prep the midsection. All right, awesome. So next we're gonna go into complexion. For complexion, I do have a drugstore product that I newly tried for you guys last week in one of my tutorials and I'm obsessed with, so I'm using it again. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. I'm in the shade 220. So I'm gonna take that using a buffing brush. I'm gonna continue using that BH Cosmetics brush collection that I've been talking about. They have a buffing brush that's very similar to my Morphe M439. So I'm just gonna take a look and just work that into the skin. Love the coverage on this foundation. It is an easy, medium, buildable, full coverage. So good. I'm not hating this brush. It's a little smaller than my M439, but it's nice to get around this forehead area so I don't mess up my brows. It's good. So I also like to take my Hank & Henry sponge, which I also got in my BoxyCharm, and I'm just gonna push this in to the skin. I just like to make sure that everything is as blended as possible. And this is where I will take advantage and just lightly press around the areas that I just covered. All right, so moving on in the complexion, we are gonna move on to contouring. I like to do cream contouring and then concealing, and I like to use a variety of products. We're using one of my affordable options for this, and I love to use foundations and concealers over actual contouring products. So this guy right here is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Cocoa. I'm actually just gonna take a little bit of that and put it on the back of my hand. A little bit is gonna go a really long way for this. These are very pigmented concealers, which is why I like it. It's as soft and as lightweight as a concealer. However, the pigment and the coverage is there to help me really bring back a lot of the color. Plus, in areas like this where I have blemishes, if I'm putting that over it, I know that it'll cover it still. So I'm taking the Makeup Shack T22 brush, and I'm working it into the brush from the back of my hand first. Building it up on the brush, and then we're gonna go in and we are going to push up against the hairline so that we are diffusing the contour. I like to place the contour in the shape of a 3 or an E, so forehead, chin, and cheekbone, cheekbone and chin. So after I'm done applying that, I again go back in with my sponge and I just push everything into one another. Even though we're layering, we wanna make sure that at the end of this, everything looks like one. All right, so next is the concealer. I do wanna stop for a minute and say that I did post a top 5 favorite drugstore affordable concealers video last week before this one. So if you are interested in that, I will link it above so you guys can see it, because I'm using one of my favorites. I like to use 2 different concealer shades, one to conceal, one to highlight. So we're using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer, and we are using the shades Medium Sand and Medium Beige. Medium Beige is gonna be our color correcting tone. This one's like a peachy, almost the same color as my foundation type of shade, but I like it because it helps to undo a lot of the blue tones and the darkness that's under my eyes. And then I will also take it to reinforce things like blemishes. And sometimes around my nose, there's a little bit of redness and darkness around my mouth. So those are areas that you definitely want to cover up with a concealing shade. Love it. So if you are someone who is good with concealing only, you can move on to the next step. I, however, like to brighten up my face and will highlight. And so what I'll do is use this Medium Sand shade to help me do that. So I'm gonna place this in specific areas, one being this inner quarter just to kind of reinforce the coverage. And then I also like to put it up towards the cheekbone to help me really bring that up and forward. I will do it on the forehead area and then also the chin. And this is where I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting on the nose. You wanna do it with your brightening shade or your highlighting shade so that you're able to attract light to those areas and so people know where to focus. All right, guys, look at us. We are contoured, concealed, highlighted up. So what we're gonna do is now set everything before we go in to finish off our under eyes. And to set the under eye area, I'm gonna use a combination of powders. I like to do a pressed powder and then do a little bit of baking with my loose powders. And so I have been trying out this Ofra Cosmetics banana powder ever since I got it in my BoxyCharm. I don't quite yet know if I love it or not. I've maybe used it twice, but we are gonna continue to use it until I have an opinion, and then I will let you guys know. I wanna encourage you to follow me on Instagram. That's where I kinda go in and do a little bit of reviewing and stuff on my IG stories, just because that's where I get a chance to just kinda be unedited, very genuine, very spontaneous with you guys. Here, there's a lot of editing that has to happen. So a lot of like my thoughts get edited out just for the sake of making the videos shorter. But if you wanna know what I think, go follow me on Instagram. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just tap it on a nice flat brush. This is a Luxie Precision Foundation brush. Don't use it for that, but we're just gonna tap this on into the under eye. And I like to tap versus swipe or swirl because now I've got layers of product under there and I don't wanna lift. Now let's move on to setting with a loose powder. This is Jojo powder combination. For those of you guys that don't know, this is just a combination of drugstore powders that I use just because I like the way that the colors and the formula mix together. They are all super affordable, and the nice thing is that buying all 3 of them together, because it's 3 different ones, well, 2 of the same one and 1 different one, is under $25, and it lasts forever because you can just keep mixing and adding more when you get low. All right, guys, we're done. Under eyes are finished. I skipped through that part just because it's literally a repetition of what we did on the top lids. However, if you guys ever want me to go through specifically what I do to create this under eye area, let me know, comment down below, and I'll absolutely not skip it and do it for you. What I use in the waterline is this guy here. This is the BH Cosmetics Power Pencil. If you're looking for an affordable eyeliner pencil that's just soft and super pigmented, those guys are it. I love it in my waterline. I love it up top. I have a brown one that I use all the time. But let's move on to complexion because we are literally almost done. So what I like to do with complexion before dusting off any type of bakage is go into my contouring bronzing product. Today we're using this BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in Bronze Babe. It's such a pretty warm bronzer. It's such a warm type of look that I don't really want to go too heavily into contour, so we're gonna stick to just bronzer today. I know, who is she? Who is she? But I'm using a more specific brush to do that. This is the JH05 from their Jaclyn Hill Morphe collection. I'm just going to pick this up on this brush, always getting rid of the excess. And so I'm gonna go first directly where I want the most structure, the most color, which is, for me, is cheekbone. Some people want it on their forehead. I just want it defined in the cheekbone. This is a very pigmented bronzer, guys. Zero game playing with this, okay? Like, hella pigment. I love it. So I'm just gonna take that and very lightly dust it over all the areas that we did our cream. We're just gonna reinforce the powder. So now that we've bronzed up, what I like to do is go back into that brush we applied the Ofra pressed powder to, and we're gonna dust off any excess powders, blending everything into each other, including the bronzer. So again, I'm just patting it into one another so that it is a seamless blend from start to finish. In my BoxyCharm, I got this guy from Laura Geller. This is a high def glow illuminator duo in Heart of Gold. These went on like butter and I need them on my face again. So before we do anything, I'm going to stop for a minute and I'm gonna use my all-nighter setting spray. I'm using this Morphe highlighter brush. It came in a trio. So we're gonna take this and just work this into the skin. So pretty, I'm obsessed with that. And then lastly, I don't really have a drugstore blush. I'm working on it, coming in a haul. I'm gonna use this guy right here, which is Just a Pinch from MAC, an Extra Dimension blush. I love this just to kind of tie all of my looks together. There has not been a look that I have not been able to use this blush for. It's so good, even for every day. All right, guys, you know the drill. Let me get off of the camera, put my lips on, do something with my hair, and I'll be right back to film an outro. All right, guys, so this is the final look. For lipstick, I took an unexpected combo and I did a little something different in the center to kind of ombre it down. So I got this MAC matte lipstick in the shade Chili in my BoxyCharm. Now this is usually $20, $25 through BoxyCharm. It's like $6 or $7, which is insane. And I know that I keep mentioning brand name products in this affordable drugstore makeup looks, and that is because I can get them at drugstore prices through BoxyCharm. So if you haven't tried BoxyCharm and you're reluctant, go ahead and do so. It's absolutely worth it. This shade is absolutely gorgeous. I did a little bit of Los Angeles before putting it on in the lip line, and then in the center of it I just dabbed a little bit of my concealer just in the center to help me create this ombre beautiful situation going on, and I'm really obsessed. I love it. It added some dimension to it. A look as warm as this had to go with the red lipstick. So that is it for today's look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this affordable drugstore makeup look. I know that you've been requesting them for a while and I am here to do them for you guys. I hope that you love this quick and simple and easy eyeshadow look. I try to go step by step as much as possible, teach you guys along the way, and I hope that you guys like that. Comment down below and let me know what kind of Valentine's Day look you guys are wanting to see. We are literally 3 weeks into this giveaway marathon, and I'm excited because as we get closer to Valentine's Day, these giveaway prizes are gonna get really, really good. They've been good already, but they're gonna get really, really good. So comment down below, tell me what you wanna see, as well as subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday and Sunday, every single week. Look me up on Instagram, it's Jojo_Palacio, where we talk about all things beauty, and you guys get a first peek at these giveaway prizes days before they start. So love you guys, bless you guys, and I will see you guys next time.